Y'all, Halloween weekend is finally here, and while I hope each and every one of you have some fantastic things planned for a safe and spooky weekend, I'm not going to let you get away just yet, at least not without another creepy urban legend by the Campfire. Well, this tale I'm going to tell you about from down in Alabama scares my 8-year-old so much I'm not even allowed to mention it after dark. And as you probably would guess, my 8-year-old ain't exactly scared of much. I mean, she's clearly around ghost stories all the time. So kids, if you're listening, cover your ears, because tonight I'm going to tell the tale of Huggin' Molly. If you're ever down in southeastern Alabama and you happen to pass through the city of Abbeville, get a good look at their welcome sign, because on it is the silhouette image of a tall woman chasing a young boy. Now that may seem odd, but for decades Abbeville has been home to the infamous and truly unique legend of Huggin' Molly. According to local lore, children who wander the streets of Abbeville at night should be aware of their surroundings, for it's said that someone or something is out there stalking them. All the way back in the early 1900s, folks began to claim to have encountered this dark figure walking the streets looking for victims. The figure is said to be tall, nearly 7 feet in height, dressed all in black with no visible features, and most claim she's a large woman, quote, as big around as a bale of cotton. They call her Huggin' Molly, for when she catches sight of a child walking alone at night, she follows them, step by step, pace by pace, until she catches her victim and gives them a hug so brutal that it squeezes the breath from their lungs. And if that ain't bad enough, in the process, she lets out a piercing scream in their ear that's so loud, all other sounds fade away. This has gone on in Abbeville for decade after decade, scaring kids from one generation to the next. Who Huggin' Molly actually is, though, and why she attacks is unknown, although there's been quite a bit of speculation over the years. Some say that this nighttime stalker is a tormented woman who lost her own child years and years ago, and that's why she chases kids at night. Others say Molly is the spirit of a murdered woman whose body was never found, so now she remains, eternally searching for someone to find her. One legend claims that Molly once lived in Abbeville many years ago, but stood out among others as she had a prosthetic arm made of gold. Several boys in town coveted this golden arm and fiendishly decided that they would wait until the day that Molly died and steal it for themselves. Then, when that day came and Molly passed, the boys went out to her gravesite and dug up her remains to take the golden arm for themselves. But as these boys began to refill the grave, they heard a voice coming from within, screaming, "I want my golden arm." Scared out of their mind, they ran as fast as they could, but the voice followed, "I want my golden arm." Soon, one of them was caught by whatever or whoever that was, and he was squeezed so tightly that he thought he was living his final moments. Fortunately, the others managed to fight off the seemingly supernatural figure, and together, they ran home for dear life. After that, Huggin' Molly was forced to roam the night for eternity, searching for those individuals that stole from her. The story of Huggin' Molly was so pervasive when it first emerged that rumors spread to neighboring towns in the early 20th century. And in 1908, one nearby newspaper gave a warning that should the, quote, woman in black be spotted in their community, she would be shot on sight. Whether anyone was injured or not, by supernatural force or overzealous protector, is of course unknown. And some do still debate whether or not Huggin' Molly was a ghost or a person. But that really doesn't matter, because to this very day, folks still claim that she stalks the streets of Abbeville, an ever-present threat looming in the shadows, waiting for those who dare to walk alone in the night. My name is Brandon Schexnayder, and you've been listening to Southern Gothic.